Alright, so welcome back to the PWC channel. I will be recording another match for you. This time it is the Seniors League match between PWC Keto and Jules. So this is definitely an interesting one. Both players that are currently in playoff contention and probably will stay until the very end. So it's going to be an interesting one, I'm sure. Let's look at the matchup. Jules brings his signature mon in Gligar, then he has got Rotamo, Kangaskhan, Escavalier, Suicune, and his new recruitment in Infernape. Meanwhile, Keto brings his personal signature, which is Empoleon, then he's got Serena, Rotom Heat, Latias, Archeops, and Boltund. So, very interesting teams, to be honest. Both have got I think their D tier pick in Archeops and Kangaskhan respectively. So that's definitely an interesting lineup from both coaches. And also I think Archeops and Boltund are also pretty new recruitments for Keto. So definitely interesting to see how he can make use of them. Looking at Boltund specifically, might actually be a good pick versus Jules' team, because if he's the physical set with Thunder and Ice Fang, just because then he will hit every one of Jules' six mons at least neutrally, most of them super effectively. So that's gonna be a good mon versus Jules. Also, it should outspeed every single one of Jules' mons. So yeah, this is gonna be a good weapon, I think, against Jules. Jules has always got the problem, in my opinion, that his team is a tad bit slow. Looks like this one is no exception. He might be a Scarf Rotom Mo, obviously. But apart from that, I mean, obviously Infernape could also be Scarfed, but Infernape has a decent speed tier regardless of whether he plays it Scarf or not. But yeah, apart from that, Archeops and Boltund should outspeed his entire team, even Latias. So yeah, if Jules does not run a Scarfmon, then Keto has the 3 fastest mons on the field, and that's gonna be a problem. That's never good. Also, I just saw that Jules does not have very good switch-ins to Latias, to be honest, just because Latias can now run Mystical Fire for Escavalier. And I definitely have seen Keto use Mystical Fire, so yeah, thinking that the matchup is looking not too bad for Keto, in my opinion. Just because, yeah, Keto has decent switch-ins for Jules' stuff. I mean, Latias should be a good switch-in to Infernape. Rotom should be a good switch-in to, what's the thingy called? Escavalier. Latias is also a switch-in for Rotom Mo. Yeah, I think looking at it, this is looking like a very good matchup for Keto. But, you know, matchup is one of those many overrated things in Pokemon. He's just asking whether I'm already recording. Right. Yeah, as per usual, these coaches are, I mean, Keto is not really a person that thinks all too long, but Jules likes to take his time to pick his moves. He also likes to take his time to build his teams, as everyone can attest to who has ever faced him. Yeah, but that's obviously fine, you know. You always want to make sure that your play is the right one for the situation, so that's something that Jules will always do. He is a very, very, I don't know how to say it really, but he will never hand you the victory because he made sloppy plays. He's really, really careful with every decision. So that's one of the strengths of Jules. He's a very patient player who is not afraid to take his time, both in team building and in the match itself. So yeah, you're never gonna have an easy match against Jules. Never. Also, he's teaming currently with his girlfriend. So I apologize that I'm always saying Jules because he plays in a team with his girlfriend, but obviously his girlfriend is very nice person, very artistic person as well, but she's still learning the game, so Jules is more of a mentor for her in this team, I think. And obviously she will be along for the ride and hopefully learn a lot in this league. So yeah, yep, the lead matchup. Both are leading with their Rotoms. Rotom, very classic lead. I mean, Kato does not have a ground immunity, I should say. So it makes sense for Jules to lead off with Rotom because he will always be able to Volt Switch out of a unfavorable situation. And also we might be able to find out Rotom Mo I have as a potential Scarfer for Jules, just looking at the team. I could imagine something like Scarf Rotom Mo and some sort of offensive Infernape just to not be too badly outsped by anything. But on the other hand, Scarf Rotom Mo. Oh yeah, I think Scarf Rotom Mo could make sense just because Keto is a player that really likes to run setup, Calm Mind setup Latias. And Jules has been swept multiple times this season. All his losses have been to Calm Mind sweeps. So running a Choice Scarf trick Rotom would make sense, just because that would be some sort of insurance against Latias at least. Alright, Jules did outspeed the Rotom, so Scarf is still on the table here. And Keto unfortunately misses a Will-O-Wisp against Kangaskhan. I don't really know how big that's gonna be, just because you would assume that this Kangaskhan is probably a specially defensive variant, um, especially given the fact that Jules decided to switch it into the Rotom. Would make sense. Also, this wouldn't be the first time that Jules runs specially defensive Wish Protect Kangaskhan. So you should probably assume that a Toxic is coming your way if you are Kato right now. But the burn, don't get me wrong, it's definitely annoying. Yeah, I'm expecting either a Toxic or even a Seismic Toss or something along those lines now. And probably Kato should think about maybe switching into something like Empoleon. Yeah, but if Jules goes for the Seismic Toss, which he might, then Empoleon would be a annoying switch in just because obviously Empoleon does not have any reliable recovery apart from rest. Yeah, but definitely unlucky for Jules, for Kato, I mean. The Will-O-Wisp miss. Shouldn't be game deciding though, I think. Yeah, right now, Jules, I don't think he played the season as well as he would like. I mean, he's a coach that is used to having a lot of success, and I think he already took 2 losses this season with 5 wins. So that's still a very good record. But Jules is a player that always wants to play to win it all. But yeah, so I think he's probably not too happy with his season so far, even though he still has a good record, solid record. Now he switches his Suicune into Kangaskhan. Not really sure what he was expecting, but if this was some sort of double, expecting Keto to go into maybe Empoleon or stuff like that, then I don't really understand it because obviously Keto would Volt switch out most likely instead of just doing a dry switch. Alright, now he faces the Serena and we do not see leftovers. Jules loves Calm Mind Suicune as well, so maybe he was planning to maybe set up on Empoleon or something. But if Keto is smart, which I suspect he is, he could also run Roar on Empoleon, just keeping in mind that setup Suicune is always something that you are prone to face when playing against Jules. But yeah, I mean, Bolt Hunt, physical Bolt Hunt, and Serena as a physical threat, physical grass type threat are should be enough to deal with a Calm Mind Crocun, classic Crocun set, which obviously is the Calm Mind Rest one attack Suicune. Alright, making a good prediction for the switch out, getting rid of a Choice Band on Infernape. Jules is making um, is making a lot of switches early game here. But as I said, I think he's also the one that has the worst matchup. So yeah, we're probably gonna see a U-turn here, I would suspect, and they switch out from Kato into something like Rotom Heat or even Latias. But I think at this case, not sure what would be smarter, to be honest. Obviously, if you go into Latias and get U-turned on, that's annoying and will also do some sort of damage. But on the other hand, you need Rotom still as a switch in to Escavalier. So yeah. Alright, so Jules is not Choice Scarf Infernape, we know that much, meaning that the Choice Scarf Rotom Mo is becoming more and more likely in my mind at least. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, just to have that backup insurance with the trick against Latias, for example. You really don't want to be outsped by... Ooh, that's a bold switch. Into Archeops on Infernape. Alright. He must have predicted the U-turn, which obviously it didn't go wrong too badly. But I mean, 70%, 17% I should say, on Archeops is more annoying than it sounds, just because obviously you are always looking at the 50% mark with Archeops, because after that, below 50% it's pretty much useless. So yeah, but he's still above 50%. But I don't really think, I think had Jules gone for the Flare Blitz, which obviously, I mean, U-turn was the play I also predicted, but it was definitely a possible play to go for the Flare Blitz. That would have been, might have been somewhere along the 50% mark for Archeops, I think. Alright, he goes into Rotom, which pretty much confirms the Scarf in my mind, just because otherwise Archeops would outspeed it, and you really don't want to take a move from that thing, because Arceus is really strong. Really strong. Oh, so, alright, that's interesting. I mean, that makes me think that he might be Choice Scarf Archeops. So, that's... yeah, that would also make sense with the damage, to be honest. Because I don't think a defensive Rotom Mo would have taken 70% from that, or 73%. Jules is just saying that Kato is having all the momentum right now, which I definitely agree with, and I think yeah, this is a Scarf Rotom, probably. Alright, now there's Cavaliers in, which I don't think, I mean, obviously Kato has the opportunity to switch into Rotom Heat now, but I think the most likely play from Jules right here is a knockoff. I think the best switch would still be the Rotom in my mind, just because he can probably also go for Plane Split after. Yeah, but yeah, Kato does have the better matchup in this one, I think, and also so far he's really having all the momentum. And you can never count out the Mystical Fire on Kato's Latias right now, which I don't really think he would go for, because he can't really tell if it will knock out the Escavalier. He doesn't have any information on the Escavalier set or item. It might be able to knock out a offensive Escavalier, but obviously against a Assault Vest or even Occaberry Escavalier, it would just mean a dead Latias to Mega Horn. So he shouldn't risk that. Yeah, and he's saying now Jules has got him in a pickle, in a bad situation, in a bad spot. Which, I mean, yeah, it's kind of true. Just because, yeah, obviously he will probably go for the knockoff now, and Kato doesn't really know what to switch in. But I still think he should go into Rotom, just because afterwards Jules will go into something like Suicune or even Gligar, and he could Pain Split up on that. He could. I think the more likely play for Jules this time would be going into Gligar, just because he switched Suicune into a Volt Switch already. He's probably not gonna be too keen to do that again. At least that's what I would suspect. So yeah, now Kato is telling Jules that Escavalier is disgusting for his team, which I agree with to an extent. I mean, it's definitely annoying, but Escavalier always has the problem, even if it is annoying, it's never gonna be deadly. It's just gonna punch a hole maybe in your team, just because it doesn't have recovery and it's incredibly slow. So yeah, but Jules probably has Wish Kangaskhan, so that could be an annoying pair, an annoying low tier pair in Kangaskhan and Escavalier. Yeah, I think that's probably Jules's biggest trump card right now are these two together. The rest of the team is pretty much, I think, Kato can handle it, but he should be wary of Escavalier, I think. Yeah, he makes the close combat. I didn't even know that it got that. That's a surprising play, honestly. I thought he would probably go for knockoff, but yeah, I mean, now Kato has the choice. He might go for Pain Split, he might go for Volt Switch, or even Will-O-Wisp again. I don't think Jules would stay in here. Yeah, his last moves are probably Overheat and Pain Split. That would be my guess. So I don't think he clicks Overheat here. Pretty sure he doesn't. Also, not really. He might click Will-O-Wisp, but I'd be surprised. I think the most likely play we're gonna see here is a Pain Split, just to keep the Rotom healthy. Yeah, and that would be... Ooh, that would have been a nice Pain Split, because Kangaskhan has an insane amount of HP. So, yeah, I think this really means that Escavalier is gonna be a problem, just because he really doesn't have a good switch in now anymore, seeing as the Rotom is at 31%. I think strategically it would have been very smart for him to click Pain Split here, just to keep that wall up for his Cavalier. So now he definitely has a hole in his team, that an Escavalier shaped hole. Yeah, but obviously we don't know if he had the Pain Split. And probably he was also kind of expecting Jules to go back into Suicune. Alright, Latias into Kangaskhan. That's surprising. That's very surprising. He might think he can set up maybe, but I also kind of expecting Jules to pack the Crunch on Kangaskhan. In which case the first turn Will-O-Wisp miss would become really annoying for Kato, because obviously a burned Crunch wouldn't do that much damage, but a non-burned Crunch will definitely be enough to break us up. Yeah. Kato has had lots and lots of success with Latias this season so far. I think it's already scratching that. Alright, we'll see. That was strange. Once again a Kato double that is... I mean, what was he predicting? He was predicting some sort of switch out into... I don't know. But yeah, this might mean a... I think Jules will try and heal up Rotom Mo now with the Wish that's in the air. That would make sense. It would get Rotom up to full, I'm pretty sure, if he lives this hit. So if I were Kato, I'd go for Ice Fang here. Yeah, he doesn't. He goes for Flame Charge. Strange. But obviously Flame Charge would have been a good play against Rotom. Probably would have killed the Rotom as well. So I take it back. I didn't mean it was strange. That was a good play, but just not the play I was expecting. I was expecting Ice Fang. So this will be interesting to see if he goes for Ice Fang here. In my opinion, he shouldn't. He should let the Gligar take a little bit of damage first, because I don't think an Ice Fang will take out a Gligar here. Probably not. And Boltund is a really good win con for him. Really good win con. As I said earlier, I don't know, maybe it even gets Psychic Fangs to kill Infernape, because we know the Infernape is definitely slower than Boltund. Obviously, it's probably also packing the Mach Punch, so it will be able to revenge kill it maybe. But honestly, Jules had a shaky start to the match, making some switches that I couldn't really understand. But maybe, obviously, it could always be my mistake. But oh, this is an over prediction once again. He was predicting the switch into Infernape, I think. Yeah, that's Keto. I mean, what can you say? But he didn't even get punished too badly for it, because Jules didn't go for Earthquake. Don't know if he even has it, but now the Gligar is at least a little bit weakened, so it might die to the next Ice Fang. Who knows? We don't know Jules' investment, and obviously I'm not gonna calc anything here, but yeah, this was a strange turn, honestly. Both strange plays. I mean, obviously we don't know if Jules has the Earthquake, as I said. Psychic Fangs. Yeah, I was kind of suspecting that that's gonna be good for Infernape, but I think Boltund is in range of Mark Punch now, so the... Yeah, and there we go, it's definitely Scarf Rotom, so he's gonna Volt Switch here. Oh no, he might even Leaf Storm, obviously. Yeah, probably. He would probably try to knock out the Usain Volt, I think. So, Keto might think about switching into something like Latias now. But he hasn't really revealed anything on... He didn't reveal a single move on his Latias yet. And also no item, so we know he's not leftovers, but... That's a mysterious last Latias this time around. So what do you think he's gonna be? If he plays it like this, I mean, it's... If he plays it like this, that would mean, for me, that he's likely some setup variant again. Because if he was something straight up attacking, like Draco, or even some sort of set packing Draco, he would probably... Jesus, these switches plays are getting stranger and stranger. Alright, so what's he? Kazip Berry, I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Kazip Berry. Is that anti-ghost berry, or I don't know. It's definitely not anti-ice, but alright, so he is a straight up attacking Latias set. I think the tides are turning a little bit in Jules' favor. I don't really see this Latias getting past Kangaskhan. And these alright, with crits you can obviously do it. No, let's see another crit, or maybe a crit drop. Then he could do it, but yeah, right now I'm not too sure about the Boltund. Oh, isn't Boltund electric normal type? Damn, I don't know shit about this game. I thought it was electric normal, which is why I thought it was already in Mark Punch range for Infernape. Alright, if it isn't, then it's gonna be a decent win con again, because I think it might get Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, Psychic Fang, and Fire Fang, maybe, for Escavalier. So it could go straight through Jules' team, apart from this annoying Kangaskhan. So if you can weaken that, I think Boltund might still win the match. So I think Keto is making the right move here strategically to try and weaken the Kangaskhan, because he will get drops sooner or later. He will. And this Kangaskhan can't keep doing this forever. It has to do something at some point, apart from healing itself. And we don't know what Jules has in his arsenal yet. We only know the obligatory Wish Protect moves, but he still has his two moves that... Oh, he heals back up Suicune. So that's... I mean, he's just gonna eat another Volt Switch here. Probably. He might also be faster than Rotom. We don't know. Yeah, he didn't show lefties, so he could definitely be faster than this Rotom. Yeah, this is annoying for Kato just because Suicune is now definitely not in range of Thunder Fang anymore, but he just makes the ballsy play. Ooh, he's letting... Oh boy. Yeah, okay, I mean, this is just Kato sacking his win con, honestly. Even if he didn't get burned, that was just letting it take so much damage. You're definitely putting it into Mark Punch range, and it was a really good win con. It was at the start of the match, but now obviously it isn't anymore. Yeah, Jules is just... I think the matchup was... and the beginning of the match was really looking in Kato's favor, but I think Jules managed to turn the tides. And I think a lot of it, once again, is just... I mean, I'm not... I worded that so poorly last time, where it sounded like I think Kato is a bad player. I don't think Kato is a bad player, but I think sometimes Kato gets in his own way with his over predictions, and he's very decent at prepping, obviously. We can all see that. He's running very creative sets. He understands how to break down an opposing team, but sometimes he's making these erratic switches that really cost him, and I think this match is just another example where we've seen some strange ones, and obviously switching one of your win cons. Not saying that it's his only one, but it's honestly looking a little bit grim right now. He's switching his win cons into attacks, and especially into something like a Scald, which you had to expect there. This was pretty obvious Scald coming your way, and you are a physical attacker. And yeah, I mean, even if in the 70% of times where you don't get burned, you're still so limited in your ability to be a win con, because we know the Rotom probably outspeeds it. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but I mean, it's pretty much an open secret at this point that it's gonna be Scarf, and you know that Infernape is likely to pack the Mark Punch, so you're in range of that now. So you have 2 mons instead of 1 that couldn't really touch you that badly, probably. I mean, I don't know if Bolton could have lived a Leaf Storm in the first place, but I mean, now it definitely can't live all kinds of stuff. So yeah. I don't know what Kato's gonna do with it now. He might as well keep it as a sack. I don't know. He should definitely. What he definitely shouldn't do is he definitely shouldn't switch into Serena now. Oh God. I was just thinking it. I mean, imagine Jules just thinking, all right. I mean, Bolton is burned. It's not gonna do that much damage to me. I'm just gonna click another Scald to knock the Bolton out. Now you're switching your Serena into that Scald, and Serena has the potential to be the next physical attacker to get burned. Yeah, but in this case, it didn't get punished, so right, seems to be an offensive Serena once again, making that switch into the possible Scald. Again, very risky. Wondering what this mysterious Empoleon is in the back of Kato. I mean, him keeping it in the back like this makes me wonder if he is some sort of... Because if you were the classic support Empoleon, you would have probably tried to bring it out earlier in the match, I would assume, at least. So he might be some sort of agility set, maybe. Something to be a little bit of a late game win con, and maybe he's even setting up for that, but honestly I don't really see that getting past Kangaskhan. And also maybe, I mean, it could probably get past Suicune, probably. And obviously it would be a decent win con after the agility, because maybe it cannot speed the Rotom even. It could kill that, it could kill Infernape. It could definitely live a Mark Punch. It could kill Gligar. I don't know what Escavalier is at. Oh, it's at 100. Alright, and it has close combat. Alright, so yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be winning the match anytime soon. He would have to do a little bit, a lot of work first. Yeah, but I don't see Jules letting Kangaskhan get that weakened. Kangaskhan has been really effective for Jules. I mean, you gotta give it up to Jules. He's really using some of these low tier mons effectively, and that's what I love to see. Definitely very good. Alright. This is Archeops being in against Infernape. We know that Infernape is not choiced anymore because it got knocked off, so he definitely has the Mark Punch, and he definitely probably had the ability to put it into defeatist range. So, but he chooses to not do that, which, I mean, it's a decent choice. We know the Archeops is likely scarfed, so he can always heal up his Gligar now. He can choose what to do. He could even put up Stealth Rocks if he wants. He could click U-turn. He could heal it up. Yeah, but at this point I think this is all. The match is tilted heavily into Jules' favor now, to the point where I'm not even sure if Kato will get to kill him on at all. Honestly, if Jules plays it patiently and heals up his Gligar now, having that wall up for the potentially scarfed Sarina. It might be scarfed, might be banded. Some sort of offensive variant, definitely, I think. He's not gonna get past Gligar with it. He's not gonna do any damage to Kangaskhan with Latias or Rotom or Empoleon, I don't think. Yeah, this is... Jules really, really outplayed Kato by just being more patient, in my opinion. Yeah. Weird. Didn't really understand how it happened. It happened so quickly. It was all looking like Kato was making such good progress, and then it all somehow vanished as time went by. Really strange. Hmm. Yeah, Jules is a really good player. You can't ever underestimate him. He also made some changes to his team. I think something like 4 trades or so, making his team a lot more offensive and a lot less passive. So I think he's gonna be an even greater threat in the weeks to come. He's definitely gonna be attacking the top spot, or at least the second place spot. Yeah. Meanwhile, I think Kato has definitely had a good season so far, and he's always capable. In my opinion, he's definitely capable of beating anyone. But I think he's taken some losses in the last weeks, so he's somewhere around the edge of playoffs right now. Obviously, this loss will. I mean, I'm talking like he's lost already, but I think it's looking likely. A Jules win is looking likely at this point. But obviously, it's still 5 and 6, so so much can happen still. Yeah, but I think he's likely locked into dual wing beat here, so I wonder who is taking so long to decide now. It's probably Jules deciding whether he wants to U-turn or roost, I would assume, or maybe even Stealth Rock. Yeah, but I think Jules isn't even packing Stealth Rocks probably. He's probably packing Defog. Jules is always more defensively minded, so I think if he has the choice to be either packing Stealth Rocks, in meaning that he will dish out damage, or having the security to have knockoff, I think he will always choose the knockoff. What am I talking? The defog, I mean. Yeah. I think his set is something like Roost and defog as his last moves. Which explains why he didn't click Earthquake earlier against the Boltund, because he doesn't have it. Yeah, Roost and defog are gonna be his last moves. Pretty sure. Right, let's see what he chose. U-turn. Alright. So he's got a little bit of a weakened Gligar, but it's still able to come in on the Archeops. Right. He's gonna go into He's gonna go into Rotom, I think. Pretty sure. Because Rotom should be able to knock out Latias from 15% with T-Bolt. I think we are gonna see. Because at this point Kato doesn't have any good switch-ins for T-Bolt left, because Rotom, he let that be weakened, so it's gonna get 2-hit KO'd by Thunderbolt. Serena is offensive, likely, so it's not gonna have recovery in, I assume. And Latias will also get knocked out, and obviously Empoleon and Archeops don't switch into Thunderbolt, so yeah, I think the smart play we're gonna see probably from Jules is now going into the Scarf Rotom and clicking Thunderbolt or Discharge or something like that. Obviously he's gonna take a long time to calc first, that's what he does, but I would be surprised if he wasn't able to knock out a Latias. Oh, but yeah, we also know that Latias wasn't Assault Vest and isn't Assault Vest anymore, definitely, so yeah. Interesting. 3 attacks. 3 attacks, Kasip Berry. Only 1 step in Psychic. Yeah, I mean, can't really touch the Escavalier though. Unless he doesn't have recovery at all and his 4th move is Mystical Fire, which, I mean, it's not impossible. Definitely not. Yeah, Rotomore, there we go. And depending on what his calc told him, he might either go for Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. I think his moveset is gonna be a Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Leaf Storm, and Trick to have that backup security against Command Latias. But I think the play to go for him at this point is Thunderbolt. Just because Serena is not gonna... Alright, he chooses Leaf Storm. Interesting, 20%. Alright, so it's a leftover Serena. We did not see that before. Right, that does look heavily specially defensive to me. Meaning that a neutral Scarf Rotom's Leaf Storm would have done 40% to it. That sounds very specially defensive to me. But 2 attacks, so he's gonna have synth. Oh god, that move really this gives me a stroke trying to pronounce it. The grass type recovery move. I'm never gonna do it. Yeah, he's gonna pack that, the recovery, and possibly U-turn as his last move, or Toxic. But I would assume he would go for U-turn to bring in Latias or Bolton. So we still have this Empoleon in the back. Why didn't it ever come in? Why didn't it switch into Suicune? Probably because he was fearing that Jules would set up on it. Makes sense. Yeah. But still, he's keeping it in the back, like he's still gonna get a lot of value out of it. So if he really had no use for it like that, then he could have switched it in earlier against, I don't know, at some point where it would take a lot of damage, or he would even sack it, so he could have maybe got up Stealth Rocks or something like that. So he would have gotten at least some value out of it. This way, yeah, I mean, it's just sitting there and being dead weight for a team. Yeah, but we'll see what kind of set it is. But looking at it, it's probably gonna pack both Defog and Stealth Rocks. Ah, Rotom might also have Defog. Not sure. He's got a lot of potential defoggers. Latias is not gonna pack it, not with this moveset. Alright, I think Kato just... that's tough. Kato just switched it in voluntarily, which makes you think that he's gonna pack the Heat Wave, and he does. Obviously he's getting really unlucky now, so this is very frustrating for him. He was definitely unlucky this match. Yeah, that was definitely nasty. Definitely. I mean, not sure if it would have been a KO, because he seems to be a mixed Archeops, so he's not going to be full special attack, I don't think. And Jude's taking full advantage of it, knowing that he is a Scarf Archeops, so he's just gonna take that to the bank and never give it back. So yeah, now he's in with Suicune. Kato does have, I mean, still a decent switch in left in his arena, but and even Empoleon. And but I think this is all going into some sort of 6-0 direction, which is obviously very unlucky for Kato. This, I mean, I'm still standing by what I said, that I think this is a winnable match for Kato, and it was looking that like he might win it early game, but obviously Bolton was definitely one key to win this match, and he yeah, he got unlucky with it, but he also threw it. I mean, he risked it when he didn't have to. Definitely. Why did he switch it into a Scald? He had Serena, he had Empoleon, he had Latias even. I mean, that was just not the play in that situation. So yeah, yeah. But still, he got very unlucky. He got Scald burnt first try with Bolton. He missed his Will-O-Wisp early, which didn't end up mattering in my opinion. But it's definitely unlucky and annoying. And now he just lost a potential kill with that heat wave. So yeah, definitely frustrating for Kato. I wonder how long this recording is gonna be. It's not a insanely long match. I mean, 30 turns is about what you expect your standard game to be. This is gonna be probably something like 40 turns, I think. I think Jules is gonna start picking up KOs very soon, very soon. Kato's team is so chipped. Rotom is low. Archeops is pretty much dead, pretty much useless, doesn't have a tank anymore, and Latias is at 15%, so it's really just Empoleon and Serena that are left, and obviously Infernape just eats those both for breakfast, and Escavalier can spam close combat at this point. Yeah, this is looking like it's over. Not over, but yeah, you get my point. Alright, Kato sacks the Archeops, which, I mean, that's decent. I mean, yeah, well, you weren't gonna do anything with it anymore, I don't think. Now that it's below half. But we can't also forget that he switched it into Infernape early, so he was once again, also with that win con, he was just switching it into offensive moves, which is just honestly so risky, so risky. He didn't get punished for the Archeops one, but he definitely got punished for the Bolton one, and he should definitely yeah, think about that. Yeah, now interested to see why did he switch it into. I mean, he must have something up his sleeve. Either he will try to go for Roost now to heal up Latias somewhat, or he's packing Thunderbolt as his last move, because I don't think a Psychic will knock out Suicune from this range. Now for Jules, this might be the time to think about whether he wants to preserve the 6-0. If he wants to, he should probably switch into Escavalier here, which would mean that he would get to pick up a kill, I think, possibly, by clicking knock off afterwards. Because I think Kato switching Latias into Suicune now doesn't mean that he doesn't have Mystical Fire as his last move. It's either gonna be Thunderbolt, which I don't think. I think he's gonna try and roost up. And which obviously, if Jules would go into Escavalier now, he would get to click a move after and pick up one of these kills. Yeah, as I said, I'm expecting Kato's team to fall apart now, these following turns. Honestly, this was a intriguing match, and definitely a very good win by Jules. Oh, that's very good. Alright. Cool last move. Cool Latias set once again, Kato with a Kato always has unexpected sets and cool sets in my opinion, so Kato is definitely an exciting player to watch, um, and obviously, as I said, he's a very good player, very dangerous, but sometimes gets in his own way, in my opinion. He could be have an even better record. So now he's got a full health Rotom again. Mm. Yeah, which honestly, looking at it, it's very annoying for Jules. Very annoying. Jules does not beat it easily. Rotom doesn't beat it. Infernape doesn't beat it. Escavalier definitely doesn't beat it. And Suicune, I think, is in Volt Switch range, so... But yeah, this is just costing him the match, I think, because Kangaskhan has a Wish in the air, while he switches into Empoleon finally, meaning that Suicune is now gonna get healed up to pretty much full, meaning that it's gonna beat the Rotom again. But now we're definitely finally gonna see what this Empoleon has to offer. So maybe he will surprise us with something like Life or Grass Knot on the Switch now. That would be... Now we're gonna see. Life Orb Grass Knot? Let's see. No, he doesn't. Alright. Yeah, this means that the Suicune is once again able to beat Rotom. And Jules can switch back into Kangaskhan now if he wants. He's probably gonna... I mean, we still don't know what Kangaskhan's moves are, apart from the healing combination. Which is funny. 32 turns into the match. Yeah, looking at it, Jules hasn't revealed that many moves. Maximum 2 moves per mon. But you can probably guess his moveset for the most part, I think. He might be... Alright. Looks like he's going for the win now. He's setting up on Empoleon, which we kind of expected him to do earlier, so he's gonna be a Chesto Berry, Resto Chesto, I think. Calm Mind, Scald, Ice Beam, Resto Chesto, and I mean, yeah, he's gonna eat a lot of damage from Sarina still. But this Empoleon is not a threat to him, not in the slightest. So let's see what he does. Alright, I think that was a mistake. Because Sarina is, yeah, especially defensive, and it can definitely, this was good by Kato, good for Kato, obviously. Now he's, yeah, definitely good. I mean, this means that Rotom is getting annoying again for Jules. I think now he's gonna have to really rely on Kangaskhan to stop it. Yep. Whoa! Kato just switching it into... Wow, crazy. Alright. Yeah. But now he's gonna get to Volt Switch maybe. Oh, is Volt Switch even gonna kill it? Boah, this is close. I think Volt Switch did something around 40% earlier. So this is possibly gonna be a roll now that he's at +2. Yep, but we know that it's outspeeds Suicune at least. And oh, that's nice. Now that the match is nearing the end stages, we are gonna get some internet problems. This is the good thing about this match. It's so slow paced that you can definitely afford some internet problems and not miss too much of the match. Not like in my first recording of BTHD and Bread Pudding, where the match was moving very fast and we missed all the important stuff. Right, and the Volt Switch gets the KO, so I'm very happy for Kato. At least he didn't get 6 out, and now the Rotom might definitely become a nuisance for Jules to kill, because as I said, I mean, Rotom, Mo can't do it, Escavalier can't do it, Fuck those zero damage. Alright. Yeah, I mean, Jules is just saying that he got the roll, which, I mean, he's probably right, as I suspected, that it might be a roll, and was another very risky play by Keto. Very. But in this case, it might have paid off. Might have been worth the risk. Might have been worth the risk. Alright, he's going into Serena now, which probably means that he is luring in the Infernape here. Oof. Was that the play? I mean, it probably didn't make a difference. He's gonna get a close combat his way. Oh. Huh. What? Why? Oh my god. What is Jules doing? Why didn't he go into Infernape? Alright, I mean, now it's only 4-0, so... and also... Oof. Now Jules is losing to Rotom Heat heavily. I mean, the only thing stopping Rotom at this point is Kangaskhan, which might be enough if Kangaskhan has Toxic. Or... yeah, I mean, Kangaskhan is probably gonna beat it. Probably. But imagine Rotom having, like, Toxic in its arsenal now. I think Jules just... I mean, he should have gone into Infernape in the first place. Definitely. That was not a good play. Also, I just completely... yeah, I mean, he should have close combated in the first place, but I just completely went over the fact that Keto has got triple Axel on Serena, which is very cool. Cool set. Is this gonna get close? I don't think so. Now Keto definitely has to go into Rotom, obviously, and probably gonna Volt Switch. And Jules, I mean, what's Jules gonna do? Yeah, let's see. I think he's gonna Volt Switch, and then we are finally gonna maybe find out. Yeah, I mean, Empoleon revealed Surf and Ice Beam. Didn't reveal an item yet. Maybe he's got Toxic. I mean, imagine Empoleon now having Toxic. That could make this a close match, honestly. If he Volt Switch now, Jules maybe even sacking the Infernape. You never know. Or he Volt Switches on the switch into Kangaskhan and then Toxics it. Meaning that the Rotom can beat it later. Honestly, this might... ooh, and he clicks U-turn even. Alright. Kangaskhan, now we see the Volt Switch. And now we see the Kowalski again, the trusty signature. Agility, ha! That's what I suspected earlier. He was playing it like it might be agility. Alright, but I don't think it can beat the Kangaskhan, honestly. Roar! Oh, nasty. But, I mean, he needs some sort of damage source. He should have probably Seismic Toss as his last move, I think. Probably. Yeah, so Kangaskhan is gonna clean up the match. Please, Jules, just click some sort of attacking move. Please tell me that you are not 4 non-attacking moves. Jesus. That's nasty. At least Keto has finally gotten his burn that he wanted first turn on Kangaskhan. Fate has come home to visit. Old Kangaskhan. Yeah, but at least it's gotten somewhat interesting towards the end now. I thought mid-game that this might go into a really bad direction for Keto, but I think Jules has made some questionable plays in the meantime. So, Facade as his last moves. Ah, so this was something that he wanted to get burned, or probably. So Jules was probably the one biting his fist early game when he missed the Willow. Interesting set. Wish, Protect, Roar, and Facade. I would have never guessed. Yeah. Yep, that's GG. I think so too. I think so too. I just want Kangaskhan to get some kills. Such a cool mon. I love that Jules is using it. Honestly. It's gonna take some wish protecting, but I think at this point Jules can probably design a little bit quicker. He's gonna protect now, and then he's just gonna slowly beat these two remaining mons of Keto down, so it's gonna be a 4-0 probably. Yeah. I think that's, if he wants to preserve the 4-0, that's his only choice. Jules is just saying that he still can't choke this game away. I mean, yeah, probably. But, I mean, obviously he could just click protect like 20 times in a row or something. But I don't think I don't think he will. Yeah, this means that Jules gets another win, so he's gonna climb the standings table back up. I think he was at 4th or 5th place before this match. He's gonna go back into the maybe possible number 2 area. And Keto is definitely is gonna sweat a lot after this match. He's probably gonna lose his playoff spot for the time being, but obviously he can get it back later in the season. Now the internet is giving out as this match is coming to an end. Oh, we are coming back to seeing that Jules has indeed won this match with Kangaskhan, so it didn't take that long after all. So yeah, definitely GG to both guys. Interesting match. I think in the at the start it was could have gone both ways. Kangaskhan definitely MVP for Jules. Very cool mon. Did a lot of work and he played it very well. Jules played very patient in my opinion. He made all the plays he needed to win. Keto made some hasty plays, some unnecessary risks with his offensive stuff, but overall, definitely a cool match, decent match, and I wish both these guys all the best for the remaining season, and we will see each other in the next recording. See you guys.